5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start.
The concept of one nation, one election refers to a proposal for simultaneous elections for the central and state legislative bodies in India. Currently, elections are held at different times for the Lok Sabha, state assemblies, and local bodies, resulting in frequent electoral cycles. The idea behind ONOE is to hold these elections together in a single, synchronized process. This idea has been debated for decades, and the topic has gained significant attention in recent years due to its potential to streamline the electoral process, reduce the costs associated with multiple elections, and improve governance. The primary motivation behind the One Nation, One Election proposal is to reduce the frequency and costs of elections. Elections in India are a complex and resource-intensive process that requires substantial funding and logistical coordination. Multiple elections, held at different times for the national and state legislatures, not only create financial burdens but also lead to political instability and voter fatigue. By holding simultaneous elections, the cost of conducting elections could be substantially reduced, and resources could be used more efficiently. The process of conducting multiple elections in a year often leads to an overlap of campaigns, distracting political leaders and governments from their administrative responsibilities. Another argument in favor of ONOE is that it would lead to more stable governance. In the current system, elections are held in different states at different times, which can lead to a fragmented political landscape. This fragmentation sometimes results in instability, with governments at the national level facing challenges due to state-level elections affecting the political dynamics. Holding elections simultaneously could result in a more cohesive mandate for the ruling party at the center, ensuring greater stability in governance. With fewer election cycles, governments could focus on long-term planning and policy implementation without the constant disruption of electoral campaigns. From the perspective of political parties, ONOE could potentially lead to better coordination in campaigning. During the election season, political parties invest substantial resources into campaigning and outreach. Having elections at different times for various levels of government often divides the party's attention, as leaders must focus on both national and state issues simultaneously. If elections were held together, political parties could plan and implement more synchronized campaigns, making it easier to mobilize resources and ensure consistency in messaging. Moreover, this would allow the political narrative to remain centered around national concerns, which could strengthen the party's ability to address voter priorities. Furthermore, proponents of ONOE believe that it could lead to greater voter participation. The frequency of elections can cause voter fatigue, leading to lower turnout in some cases. By consolidating elections, voters would only need to engage with the electoral process once every 5 years, making it more likely that they would participate in a unified election cycle. This could also provide a sense of national unity, as citizens from across the country would be voting on the same day, for the same issues, and potentially for the same political parties. The sense of collective participation in a single electoral event might also reduce the sense of regional divisions that often come into play when state elections are held separately. However, the implementation of ONOE faces significant challenges and criticisms. One of the most significant concerns is the constitutional and legal changes that would be required to make it a reality. India's constitution provides for separate elections for the Lok Sabha and the state assemblies. Additionally, various laws and regulations surrounding elections would need to be amended to accommodate simultaneous elections. These changes would require extensive political consensus, as they would impact the federal structure and the autonomy of state governments in conducting their own elections. The decentralization of power in India means that state-level elections are essential for reflecting the local political dynamics and regional issues. Critics of ONOE argue that synchronizing national and state elections could lead to an erosion of regional representation. State-specific issues might be overshadowed by national concerns, and local political leaders might struggle to make their voices heard on the same platform as national leaders. This could weaken the federal structure of governance, where state governments should be empowered to address local issues independently of national politics. Moreover, the logistical challenges of conducting simultaneous elections are daunting. India has a diverse population spread across a vast geographical area, with millions of voters across thousands of constituencies. Conducting one election simultaneously for both the central and state legislatures would require careful planning and organization. It would also necessitate an extensive and efficient electoral machinery to manage the process. Furthermore, holding elections for all legislative bodies on the same day could lead to complications such as overcrowding at polling stations and the challenge of ensuring that all eligible voters can participate. Another concern revolves around the potential political implications of ONOE. Critics argue that holding simultaneous elections could give an undue advantage to the ruling National Party, especially if the party in power is already strong at the national level. The ruling party's resources could be utilized more effectively, giving it an edge over regional parties. Smaller political parties, particularly those that are regionally focused, could find it difficult to compete in a nationalized election process. The ability of local parties to address state-specific issues and concerns may be undermined if national issues dominate the agenda during simultaneous elections. In conclusion, the "one nation, one election" concept is a significant proposal aimed at reforming the electoral process in India. While it offers potential benefits in terms of cost savings, political stability, and improved voter participation, its implementation is not without significant challenges. The idea raises concerns about the erosion of regional autonomy, the logistical difficulties of conducting simultaneous elections, and the potential political consequences for smaller parties. Whether or not ONOE can be successfully implemented depends on overcoming these challenges and achieving consensus among all political stakeholders. It is a topic that will likely continue to be debated in the coming years as India seeks to reform its electoral system.
Stop.